And to the troll community, you are never going to make me bow down to you. You are never going to make me go away. It is my mission as the son of Staff Sergeant Gordon Ray Wilkins from the United States Army. It is my mission to shut down any threats, both foreign and domestic, in any way that I can.
So I haven't kept up with Cyrax in quite a long time. You know, I've been distracted by some other characters that exist out into the internet, but it appears he has gone into hiding even more inside of his attic, and the trolls are out in full force. There's people driving up past his house, yelling at him. There's, you know, they're trying to do a concerted effort to try and ban him off of Facebook Messenger. He's also been LARPing as this, like, I don't know, anime creator slash artistic genius that is getting offers for his stolen artwork in order to make some sort of show. So Cyrax has been going through a lot, and the trolls, they're unrelenting. Ever since Marty's been gone, you know, they're going at him full swing nonstop, and half the time he's just sitting in the darkness in his room crying, complaining. But I feel like there are some interesting habits, interesting events going on in his circle, in his universe, that I sort of want to cover. I want to delve deeper into, because we talked about Low T recently, and that was really the last jump into the deep end with Cyrax's lore that I've done, and it appears that he's getting more and more isolated, and he's getting more and more paranoid about everything that's going on. But don't worry, he has military background that he can rely on to take out the trolls. But in the meantime, he's gonna rage, and he's gonna cry and complain.
What's up, everybody? Like, y'all don't understand how much it has taken me not to fucking go off.
So he's obviously been having a rough time, as you can tell by the holes in the wall in the background. You know, he's been 1-2 punching that wall. Just imagine, you're just waiting for the next troll uprising, because he's going to take everybody down. And, you know, that's why I've been afraid. In case Cyrax comes across this video and he's like, huh, you know, saturated content. 3 months, I must have scared him off the internet, and that's true. I was petrified. Absolutely. I saw those holes. I could see them in my dreams, in my visions. I knew that Cyrax would just pummel me into the pavement, and I just can't take that. I can't take that. But what is he crying and complaining about? Well, he has some sort of anime show that he has allegedly been working on, which has quickly been debunked as just stolen or traced over artwork and whatever, and people are trolling him into thinking that he can't actually get a show deal out of it, and that everybody is taking it and republishing it other places, and he's crying and complaining. It's just too difficult for him. It's too rough, all right? You know, at this point, he only really has one working light inside of his room, and it's his ring light, which who knows how he ended up with that. But a lot of his videos have had this sort of found footage feel for a while. But in particular now, with the lack of lighting and his tendency to just film videos in the middle of the night, and half the time he's just crying and complaining about everything, I don't know, it's doing something to me. It's making me feel a bit afraid. It's like the first feeling I got when I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's making me question some things.
Hold on, y'all, 1 sec. What?
Starts to get too low.
Sorry.
Tone it down.
Sorry.
Tone it down.
I will. Jesus. Don't give.
And obviously he hasn't been able to control any of his temper for a long time, but I feel like the disappearance of Marty, to really give it, in a weird way, it sort of balanced him out for a while, you know, just give him an even laying of the field. But now he's just bouncing all over the place, all over the walls, and Sally has to come in and say, listen, buddy, me and Ed are trying to go to Shaboinky Town, and we can't get we can't get into the mood with hearing all this ranting and raving upstairs. You know, we've seen you punch these holes in the walls. You're so badass, man. Up high, my brother. And the weird thing is, like, obviously I feel like maybe the last time I really covered him was when he was crapping his pants and, he'd slip and sliding down the stairs. So, Sally still is in his corner regardless. He can scream as much as he wants, and she'll yell at him just a little bit. Just be a little bit, quiet. I know you're 35 years old, and maybe you should, try and find an off-ramp to this horrible, horrible life that you are currently living. But no, instead, he's going to rant and rave to his Facebook audience because that's all he really has left. At the end of the day, the trolls, yes, they're still going after him. They're still trying to get him taken off of different platforms, but he really doesn't have any audience that is frequently navigating the internet to interact with him or watch anything that he does. Not saying that he necessarily did in the past, but I feel like a lot of the steam that was coming from the Steam engine in terms of the Raxverse has certainly been tempered a little bit, and it's causing him to go insane.
If you guys don't know, well, obviously you guys know today's my birthday, but if you guys don't know yet, I am currently banned from Facebook for a week for literally fucking defending myself. But if anybody wants to have me on Discord, you are more than, and I do mean more than welcome to have me if you're a friend.
So that's the scary part. Obviously, with covering Nova and other people of the like, having Cyrax organize and create different Discords to hang out with his little kitty friends is, it's a decision to say at the very least, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the past, that, at this point in Cyrax's internet sphere, I don't actually think that there are genuine people that are interacting with him. I feel like at least 95% of people that interact with him, whether or not they're pretending to be somebody that they aren't, are just trolls, just trying to infiltrate, send some kill sticks to destroy his Xbox or whatever. And he just can't understand that his Facebook Messenger has been disabled for a week. And guess what? It just recently, because this was basically a week ago at this point, basically he was banned for a week. This past weekend he got it back and it's banned again, and now he's crying, complaining how is he going to send messages to his little fan buddies. Well, the itching is starting to come out. He's starting to really go at these scabs on his body, just pick them out, flicking them all over the place. It's really gross, really disgusting, but at this point he's going to shed his current skin form and morph into something that we can never understand.
Everything you guys have done to me is very much federally illegal. And I do mean federally illegal. And now it's time for your community to come crashing down to an end. And I don't care what it takes, how long it takes. Eventually, your community will crumble. Everything you have done to me to try to silence me has failed.
So he starts making these PSA messages like he's done in the past. Listen, trolls, now that I'm calm and collected, I've taken my ring light out of the corner of the room. It is now facing the wrong direction towards the wall and clearly illuminating the very small micro hand punch holes into the drywall. I'm here to tell you, your kingdom is coming to an end, buddies, alright? I have the high ground now, as you can tell by my excellent setup, and Chance, we've been over this, buddy pal. We've been over this, the idea, the bravado that somebody like this could have after all the things that have happened to him, warranted or not. He still doesn't understand that he doesn't have the upper hand. He just can't get that through his head.
Breaking into my mom's bank account, stealing $2,500. Using my social security number to create a false and fake credit card. Not to mention dropping jars of paint on my family's house multiple times. So if you really and truly believe that you're going to get away with this, you are very, very mistaken. Because in a bag stored in my bedroom somewhere that I'm not saying, I have every single item that you trolls have used to try to shut me down. Every electronic device, every USB stick, I have everything.
The problem is, Chance, just deconstructing here, alright? I'm just spitballing some things. So hypothetically, let's say the trolls took $2,500 from Sally's bank account. And that's obviously a federal infraction. Your ass is going to jail, alright? Well, I would assume, based on all of the history of Chance's life, that might be all the money that is indebted to the Wilkins household. Now, I'm going to move to the side the fact that $2,500 was probably taken by Ed, getting a couple pillies, you know, going down the street. I'm speculating here, but let's move past that. We have a bag of collection of just destroyed electronics from the trolls, creating your own museum of your own demise. And you're going to say, I'm going to get you back. I got all the evidence. You can't hire anybody, Chancey Poo. You can't. You don't make any money. And now apparently all of Sally's money is gone. How are you you're going to go to the police, the same people that laugh at you, that don't respect you? Those are the people that you're going to turn to and say, listen, buddies, I got this pillowcase full of destroyed Xbox controllers. Look what they've done to me. Please help me out. I'm not certain, man. I'm not certain that that's going to work out for you.
Me flashing Marty on his live stream is Akron PD's fault because they refused to do anything about it when they could have done something in the very beginning to stop you. But also to Akron PD, I hope you're ready to have a case built against you. Because as it stands, there is a lawsuit coming your way. Whether you like it or not, you will not win this lawsuit. Because not only do I have you guys on body cam poking fun at my family and making jokes at my family's expense, but I also have you guys conversing with trolls on a live stream. I even have one of your officers' voices that I actually know. Because by the time this is over, not only will half of Akron PD lose their jobs and be fired, but also the entire troll community will either be forced to be shut down entirely, or the other half of you will be behind bars.
Does he ever get tired of just repeating the same shtick? Obviously, none of this is going to come to fruition. Go ahead, sue. And we've covered Low T. Low T tried to do all this whole shtick and kept getting arrested and kicked out of his parents' house. The only difference, I guess, is somehow Sally and Ed have not reached their wits' end, and they're still allowing him to just exist and punch holes in the wall upstairs. I don't know. Maybe they're locking him inside. Maybe that's the trade-off. They're like, all right, Chance, we're not going to make you go live in the gutter somewhere, you know, maybe go live down by Summit Lake. Instead, we're just going to lock you inside. You can make as many videos as you want at a reasonable level, and we'll let you keep living here. And you'll cry and complain and say, well, the trolls are coordinating with the police. This is the same guy, in case you've forgotten, that thought that William Gloryhole was one of the police officers that arrested him when that whole incident happened where he fought the troll on the street with a baseball bat. That's the man that we're dealing with right now. No rational thought has maybe ever gone through the brain cells of Chance's head.
For doing a federally illegal crime, which is pretending to be Alexandra M. Harrington, Senior Counsel of Nintendo of America, Inc. Legal Department Head. Because I got this letter from Nintendo, which meant from Wake, though it looks legit. It looks legitimate, right? Except for one minor detail that's not in the letter. And it's about my anime series, Shadow Kai. First off, that's one thing that I know about it is fake.
So that's where the whole anime series came from. Essentially, the trolls sent out a letter to Cyrex's house stating that Nintendo was gonna take him down because he was infringing on their copyright. But Chance he's gonna come back with a 1-2 and just really slam Doink all over him. It's just so crazy. Now we're getting the Miyamoto arc once again from like the Chris Chan saga over with Cyrax. Instead, instead of going out to join forces together and become one, we're going to see these two collide. These giants disagree with each other and bring out the lawyers.
Wire fraud. If the scheme also involves emails, which it doesn't, carry significant penalties. Possible state charges. States have criminal impersonation statutes that make it illegal to pretend to be a representative of an organization with the intent to obtain a benefit or to injure or defraud another. All of which have tried to do. Lawsuits from Nintendo. This is something I know you guys are going to face. Lawsuits from Nintendo. The impersonation can lead to a lawsuit from Nintendo. Companies take impersonation very seriously to protect their brand and customers. A civil lawsuit could result in significant financial damages for brand harm, lost business, and legal costs. Ooh, you guys are looking at big time charges now, boys.
And he thinks he's really just destroyed all the trolls. Listen, guys, I pulled up ChatGPT and it told me that I'm the winner of this conversation. I'm the victor. And it's like, oh, buddy. And the crazy thing is, when I first watched this, I'm like, alright, clearly this is insane. Nintendo's not going to get involved. But at the same time, I feel like Nintendo is petty enough in order to jump into the fray and say, whoa, we can't have somebody like Chance associated with our brand. We gotta get this shit. And it's funny because they'll probably go after Chance, and that would be pretty cool. Whoa, Chance, you can't be saying Nintendo in your videos, alright? You just can't. We're not gonna allow that. Get that out of here. And it's funny. It's also not feasible. Obviously, nothing's going to come from this. There's 15 people interacting at this point. Nothing is going on in this sphere. But the concept that somehow Chance would actually get a legal letter from Nintendo, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny at the very least.
So, yeah. Oh, and by the way, to John, Marty's brother-in-law, John, William, and to Marty's sister, I know where you people live. And let's just say that I am currently coordinating with Nintendo. Because I called them the other day. They did not send the letter. You guys did. You done fucked up because I now know where you fucking live. There's only 3 to 4 people that I went between, which is my fingerprints when I got the letter, the mail people, and your guys' fingerprints. And your fingerprints are on this letter.
So just the insane backflips that Chance is going to try and do here. What, they're going to get out some sort of fingerprint identifying technology in order to, scrub over this envelope that you received. Basically just memogging you, just slam doinking all over you. And they're going to say, don't worry, Chance. We're going to dedicate so many resources to make sure that these vile people come to justice. We won't let this stand, Chance. Don't worry. We're looking out for you. And obviously, anytime that Chance interacts with the trolls and he gets an address, that is 100%, 100,000%, I should say, of the time accurate. That is definitely the address of the troll. You should just hop into your, little motorcycle bike that you have, jump on there and ride your ass over into Chicago or wherever this letter came from. I think he said it was from Miami, so that doesn't even make any sense at that point. Because if you recall, he was talking about how William is from like Oklahoma or something and was running some landscape company. I mean, he just gets thrown through the loop all the time, and he just doesn't understand. He can't comprehend. And that's even the worst part. You would think he would pick up on some of these cues every once in a while, but he just doesn't. It just flies right over his scab-infested head.
As it stands, you guys are, because of what you tried to do, on top of everything else that you guys have done to me, you guys are looking at probably about 50 to 60 years in Fed prison. Unless y'all want to face 60 plus years in federal prison, I suggest you step off. Your guys' lives are going to be a living fucking hell. And all I got to say is be prepared to see a lot of my face in person. Have fun explaining to the judge how you guys tried to do this shit. Have fun explaining to the judge your guys' fuck ups. Have fun explaining that one, boys. Because it ain't gonna work.
To think that Chance would be willing to go to a courthouse and actually do this is hilarious to think of, first off. Second off, let's play the hypothetical game again. Let's just think of discovery for a court case like this. Chance, I don't think you want any legal or federal prosecutor to look into any discovery that would come out of a court case with you, alright? You think you're going to be able to afford a lawyer in order to defend yourself? Oh buddy, it's going to be rough. And they're gonna uncover some things. You'll bring your little pillow sack full of destroyed electronics and they'll look it up and say, wait a second, what are these messages that we've uncovered on this console? Who are these 12-year-olds that you're playing games with? That's weird. That's odd. Chance, I think you're in for a world of hurt if you go down that line.
Everybody in your group, minus my friends, that surveillance for me and get information for me. There's going to be a massive lawsuit against YouTube for them allowing the shit that they allowed for you. There's going to be a massive lawsuit against Akron PD.
So at the end of the day, Chance is talking about how, well, don't worry, trolls, alright? I'm gonna send in my own operatives, which happen to be trolls as well, because that's the Venn diagram circle that we see. People that support Chance and people that interact with Chance and trolls of Chance just happen to be the exact same circle. So he doesn't even understand if hypothetically he was getting some insight. And that's the funny thing too, because even some discords or chats in the past that have happened, he's tried to go in with some alias that everybody can easily identify, and then he tries to be like, I learned all this new information, while they're just throwing out obvious bait towards them. And it's just, oh man, at this point, man, it's rough. And as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, there's basically been this new guy who I guess probably lives in the area around Chance, who has just been driving by his house basically like almost every day, just shouting that Chance is a PDF and that he sucks and that he hates him and that, you know, he has no shoulders. It's been rough, and Chance is gonna let you know that somebody like this does not affect him.
Alright, and so I'm not gonna waste no time. I'm just gonna get right into it, because it's gonna be short, sweet to the point, because I got shit to do. That keeps riding by my street once in a while, yelling out, "Hey Cyrex, fuck you."
And look, it's Lloyd Street. Holy shit. Fuck you, Cyrex, you! You know what? It is his birthday, so let's just do it one more time. You no shoulder having ass!
I mean, you're not scary. You're not bothering me. You're just making yourself look dumb.
And this is a tough look for Chance, because obviously, you know, we've all been speculating. It's probably been months since he's actually been outside. Like, outside of stepping out on the front porch to talk to, like, an officer that shows up to his house or whatever, this guy is legitimately not leaving Grandma's attic. He is trapped in there, both physically and spiritually and metaphysically. He is trapped in there because he's afraid of the world that exists outside his door. And it's understandable. He has made enemies at all times. And you know, I feel like a couple years ago he made a half-hearted effort at trying to amend a bridge, you know, trying to be like, let's just chill out, guys, come on, let's just move on from all of this. And now he's just going full-on attack mode on everybody, acting like that's going to somehow rectify his situation. It's only going to get worse from here, Cyrax. Let's be 100% frank.
You're trying to lure me outside so that when you can call the cops and get me arrested. I know what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work. You're not going to lure me outside when you ride by. You're not fucking bothering me. If anything, dude, I'm numb to it now, dude. I am straight numb to it, bro. You really think I give a flying single fuck? I mean, you really have no idea on what you're speaking about. First off, just give up, dude. You're not scaring nobody. You're not fazing nobody.
You're not scaring anybody, Mr. Troll, but I refuse to go outside anymore. I just won't do it. Ever since Low T came over and socked him in his face, it's getting too real for him, you know. He's starting to interact with some more zesty characters, and it's really starting to put the fear of God into Chance. And at the same time, I feel like he's living the life that he's always really wanted to live. He talked several months ago, I guess, about going out and performing concerts at different venues across town. Don't know what happened to that chance. Maybe being afraid and staying inside the attic all day hasn't helped out your career, but obviously he's just gonna blame it on everybody else. It's your fault, Troll. How dare you watch this video? How dare you? You should be supporting him. You should be sending him money, alright? Send him another Xbox controller. He's gotta do a Let's Play.
But does it bother me? No. I mean, I hear it, but I don't care about it. I'm 35 years old, bro. I'm too old for this shit. You sit there and you deliver newspapers for a living? Like, is that what you do? You're not scary. You're not a badass. You're not bothering me. You're not fazing me. You're not gonna lure me outside. You may as well give up, dude. Just give up. Find a hobby. Take up knitting. Take up crocheting. Hell, take up painting. Take up soccer. I don't give a fuck.
It's pretty crazy to think that Chance wants everybody else to pick up a hobby. This is my hobby, Chance. Coming back once every 3 months to just slam Doinkathon on you, alright? That's my goal. I'm out here. I'm working for the people. Alright, maybe you should pick up a hobby. Your hobbies are stealing everything from everybody else. Ideas, artwork, all of the 9 yards. And then crying, complaining, and messaging minors on Facebook. So, I don't know. Maybe you should figure out something new. I just spitballing here. But either way, guys, that's been the update of Chance. I know it's a bit of a longer video than typical for one of these. But hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.